What's up, guys? It is John from Side Hustle Experiment. In today's video, I am going to be going over how much money you can make selling books, exactly broken down. I'll show you exactly how much you'll need to spend, what you could expect to get back. This all stemmed from a question. Someone DM'd me. I'm going to read you the question. I figured a lot of other people would find this helpful. The person says, I'm about to start my journey into books on FBA. I've watched a lot of your videos, probably need to just start sourcing, though I just found your channel, blah, 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 blah. If you have any helpful tips or advice to share to a newbie just getting started out full-time with books out of an apartment, please feel free to share. Love your content so far. I wish you nothing but success. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I asked them a bunch of other questions. They went on to say that they have about $5K to invest in the business. They don't need to take anything out of the business to pay themselves for about, it looks like 6 months-ish. And once after that 6 months, they would want to take about 2 to 3K out of the business. So I'm going to break down exactly how this person could do this. I'm going to go to my computer, show you some spreadsheets that are all free and all that. I'll show you where to get them and everything like that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I show people how to make money on Amazon. I'm a 6-figure seller. I sell books. I do online arbitrage. So if you want to learn how to make money selling on Amazon, definitely subscribe and like the video. And let's go over to the computer and get this rocking and rolling. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Google and Google the 100 book challenge Gumroad. All right, this is going to bring you to a spreadsheet that the book flipper made. He is the founder of Scout IQ, which is the best book scanning software. If you want a free trial to try it out, there's a 14-day free trial in the bio down below. Give these guys like $5, just purchase it. You see I already purchased it. So this spreadsheet is going to look like this. So they have the instructions here for you. Obviously, he's starting from zero. So basically, you definitely, to find out how to get to your goal, you would manipulate these numbers up here. So basically, the average buy cost for most booksellers is between $1 and $3. I haven't been to a thrift store lately. I heard the prices are up a little bit. So I don't know what part of the country you're from, but I would probably say your average will probably be like $1.50, maybe $2. Usually, where I am, or how it was $1 for softback and $2 for hardback, or 50 cents for softback and $8 for hardback. So it really just depends. Inbound shipping for book, I've just put 40 cents. This is a very, very high estimate, but it just covers you. A churn rate, so what they break down all the definitions here. Basically, the churn rate is the percentage of your inventory that will sell each week. It depends on you, but most sellers are between 2.5% and 6%. And then you have the average sales price of the books. They could be anywhere from $15 to $25. So the 20 would be there. I think 20 is probably a little high, but you could shoot for these numbers and you'll see how the numbers work. So basically what this spreadsheet is saying is if you're starting at zero and you get 100 books listed per week that you paid $1.50 for, they're going to cost you 40 cents to ship to Amazon each. You expect if you sell 4% of them and the average sell price is $20, in the first year, you would have about $61,000 in sales. Again, it will depend on what point in time you're watching this video. Amazon fees could go up or down or whatever. And you could expect to have cash flow. That's not profit. That's cash flow, money back to you, of $24,000, $396.80. So if you continue to do this, just finding 100 books that sold for an average price of $20, and that's all you did every week, The next year, you would make just under 100,000, have cash flow about 45,000, and then in year 3, you would finally crack 100,000. All right. So what you're going to want to do is they break down a lot of other stuff. You can see here the profit per week. When you first start, you're going to be negative because you're spending money to send books to Amazon. So that is definitely, you're not going to be in the positive when you first start, and you're going to be investing money heavily into inventory. So what you're going to want to do is, you can see here as well, that's the dashboard. They have the weekly tracker here, so you could actually enter in. You're going to have to change these dates. This was made in 2018. The whole thing still works, so the fees might be a little off, but this will get you to where you want to be. And then this is a breakdown of all the calculations. So when you go to the dashboard up here, you could play around with this. So you could be like, okay, what happens if I got 200 books, all right, a week? So now you can see in year 1, you could do $123,000. So this is per week. So this would be about 800 books per month. All right. So let's just do some quick math here. So if it was 800 times 1.50, so you'd be spending about $1,200 a month. All right. Which, you know, you have $5,000. So, I mean, that would be a solid start for you to kind of get going. Let's just say if you did 300. So yeah, you'd be looking at like 185. Again, I would actually, I mean, you could shoot to find books that sell for at least $20. So this is the price they're selling for on Amazon. Or, I mean, when I did not do that, I was probably more, my average selling price is about $15. All right. So you just have to remember when you're sourcing books that are a little lower in price, that, you know, you don't make as much money. The higher your price is, obviously, the more money you're going to make. So you'll see what happened there. The cash flow number went way down. All right. So just keep that in mind. So this number would have to probably go up more. So that is the first thing I would do, is go get this spreadsheet, give them like $5 because they are awesome, and start putting in your numbers, see what you really have to hit. That's the best way to do it. This way you know what you're shooting for. This was not around when I first started, but I wish it was, because it would have made life a lot easier. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to Scout IQ, all right? And you're going to, let me just open their page. Download their app, all right? Oh, I'm already signed in. But it's like $40. Let's see, Scout. Let's see, pricing. Yeah, it's get the database mode. It's $44 a month, okay? The database mode is super important because it is going to allow you to download a database. So if you're in a place without Wi-Fi, you'll be able to keep scanning books. This is just not a promo for the software. I'm good friends with the creator. But the most important part about this, why I'm telling you to get the app now, is because inside, everyone who gets it, they have training. So basically, they have Scout IQ University, and you get this for free when you sign up. This course was at one point like $200. I think I might have paid $200 for it back in the day. And then I think when that crazy world event happened, they included it for free. All right. So they have Scout IQ University. So basically, Caleb, he's a 7-figure bookseller. He walks you through exactly how to do everything. So this is basically a course. So I'd watch all these videos. They have other trainings about taxes and all this other stuff. And then they also have stuff about the 100-book challenge, which I just showed you. So if you just, all you did was download that spreadsheet and watch all these videos, you'd be in excellent shape to really start crushing your goal. And now I'm going to hop off of the computer and then give you a couple other tips, things to think about, and I'll see you in a second. All right, the next thing you're going to do is, now that you know what you have to do, you know exactly how many books you have to get per month, or per week rather, how much you could potentially make from those books. All right, the next part would be to make a list of thrift stores about either 1 to 2 to 3 hours away from you. All right, you're just going to create a simple Google Doc, put the name of the store, the address, and the hours of the store, this way, and their phone number. This way you have everything in a Google Doc. It is a big pain in the ass at first, but once you do it, you have it forever. That has been so helpful for me. I know when I used to go, I live in Pennsylvania, but if I were to go to, I actually went to, where the hell did I go? I think Georgia once. So I just did all the thrift stores in Georgia. And then if I ever went back there, like, I have the list. So you're going to do that, all right? And then you could find, just Google, I forgot what the name of the site is, but basically you could find a route trip planner, and you can put all those thrift stores and the addresses in the route planner, and it's going to tell you the best way to go to each one of those stores, all right? So now you know which stores you can go to, and then the next part is just to go there, start scanning, and buying books. Again, you could either shoot for that $20 mark. You could adjust your triggers in Scout IQ. I just went with the default triggers. You could do whatever you like. I would suggest, I feel like the $20 ASP is kind of high, but if you just want to get started, I would try to just find profitable books that you can make $3, $4, $5 on. Bring those home, get them to Amazon. So yeah, now you have your list. I would say I forgot what number we're on, 3 or 4. I would get AccelerList. This is a listing software, a book listing software, that will save you tons of time. Listing books on Seller Central is probably one of the worst things ever, because you're dealing with everything is one-off. If you were sending like 10 Gatorades there and just had to scan in one thing, it would be much easier, so you could just put 10. But books have ISBN. It's just a pain. Trust me. Get AccelerList. It prints the labels for you. There's some built-in tracking there for you to see your numbers. It will just make your life 10 times easier, especially when it comes to tracking. Number 5, just keep in mind that newer accounts might only allow you to send 1,000 small standard size items, which books fall under. So you might be capped at 1,000, which could, really hurt your chances of hitting your goal. But eventually, once you start getting going, Amazon should up that for you. Especially, it's really important to send books that are going to sell really fast. So the lower the rank the book is, the quicker it will sell. The higher the E-score, the quicker it will sell. So it might not be a bad idea, even though you wouldn't want to do it later on, but to send books in that you might make 50 cents or $1 on, that will sell right away, because that will really jump your sell-through rate higher, and it will help you get some reviews, kind of get the ball rolling there. And then probably the last thing I would say to you is you might want to focus on free books. So free books, I know 5K is a good bit of capital, but this is a very books aren't, but Amazon in general, you constantly have to keep buying inventory. So you got to keep sending books to Amazon, which means you have to keep spending money on books. So one way around that is to get free books. So you could set up a Facebook page. Maybe, if I don't know what your name is, but you could be like John's Books, and you could be like, hey, our mission is to keep books out of landfills. If you have books you want to get rid of, we'll come pick them up for free. Kind of put that Facebook page out there. I think you said you're IT, So if you could build a website, you could do the same thing, same kind of messaging there. So yeah, you could do that and get the best way to do it is get books coming to you before they get to the thrift store. It is more work to go pick them up, but if you get them for free, it makes sense. And then you really have to find a thrift store that you might not shop at regularly to bring the books that don't sell or aren't good fit for Amazon and kind of get those donated. So yeah, I really think that is kind of what I got for you. I mean, I think you're in a solid, if you do have a lot of thrift stores and it seems like you have a lot of time since you don't have a job. I don't know if you have any other obligations, but it seems like you should definitely be able to do this. It might be a little hard to be able to take 2 or 3K out of the business around the 6-month mark. But it's not impossible. For me, I kept all the money in the business for about a year, which really helped it to grow. All I did was keep buying inventory, upgrading equipment, software to just make things go faster. So yeah, that's what I got for you. 1, go get that spreadsheet at the 100 Book Challenge. Don't forget to hook those guys up with a little something. 2, get Scout IQ. Even if you're not ready to scan, the training that they give will be well worth it. Number 3 is going to be make that list of thrift stores 1, 2, 3 hours away. Bonus tip, you could go to Book Sale Finder and they say what library sales are going on. So you could also do library sales. Forgot to mention that. You might just want to stick to thrift stores though until you get the scanning process down, because when you go to a library sale, those people do not mess around, and if you don't know what you're doing, it is not going to end well for you. The next is to go scout books at those thrift stores, get Acceler lists, start listing those books, learning, sending them to Amazon, and then 5 could be start getting books for free, post free ads on Craigslist, start your own website, start a Facebook page. Don't post in Facebook Marketplace saying you pick up books for free. They'll flag it and take it down. But that's what I got for you. If you guys have any questions about any of this, leave them below. I'd be happy to answer them. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow me at Side Hustle Experiment on Instagram. And I'll see you guys in the next video.